And if you see my picture when I got super lean, when he took my shots in 2017, I think, or 2018?
17, 18.
Yeah, in that caption, I was shredded. I was like, okay, now it's my time to develop my athleticism.
I don't need to do body weight because I do this. That'll let me know everything right there. To sum that up, I could go deeper, but no.
Me too.
I don't
Check
like
my bio
going.
out.
I don't like going into the gym and working out. I mean, let me just let you guys know right now. I know you've seen pictures. You could probably see the chest come through the sweater, right? I love the process of getting to a goal. Okay, guys, welcome. My name is Yao A. Owusu Jr., your resident vitality consultant. And of course, I'm joined with Nicholas Lopez Jr. and the alien, the guru, Andre Bibbins Jr. I know I didn't give him his intro, the Terminator, right? So you're joined with us for our second season here. And of course, we are the Vitality Handbook. We're giving you the secrets to optimize a true transformational experience for your vitality. Guys, we have our pillar system. We all know that. Mindset, sleep, nutrition, recovery. You saw that last week. And now exercise. The exercise pillar is one of our favorite. Within season 2, we're here for conversation. So without further ado, Nicholas Lopez Jr., what's up?
Thank you, brother, for that intro.
You're
I
welcome.
was looking forward to talking about exercise. I look forward to talk about all the pillars.
Right.
And reminder to the audience, if you want to understand the frameworks behind all the pillar systems, check out season 1. Okay, curated by our wonderful host, Yao A. Owusu Jr.
Okay.
But today, when we know the topic is exercise, I'm excited to think about, all right, let me tap into the library of all the questions I've had.
Right.
And then in particular to what I've been experiencing recently is me looking forward to finally go through the SAQ assessment.
So SAQ, break it down for him.
So I'll get into that. Right, I've been doing basically a programmed form of exercise. So, one type of exercise for a couple weeks, and the next type of exercise. So, we can get into that. I think we've covered that already, the MET process. But in particular, I'm finally ready. I actually just finished a unilateral block with a little bit of fast twitch emphasis. So all that means is unilateral is like single, when you see people do single limb training, maybe single arm chest press or single leg squat.
Using one arm or one leg at a time.
Unilateral,
Okay.
right? So I just finished, I'm getting close to the end of that. And I also had some fast twitch elements of my exercise programming. So that means, just a different type of intention behind how you exercise or how you execute your reps.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The intention is not to do it slow like some bodybuilders. Drake can talk about the importance of slow twitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We definitely keep that in the clip, maybe why bodybuilders use slow time and attention reps. Right. But in particular, for my goals, I had to incorporate fast twitch and unilateral training because of the programming style, method that Yao introduced. And so in 2 weeks, I'm going to be ready to go for Yao to take me through an SAQ assessment. Now, I'm always learning, right? So I've gone through the basic levels of assessments, but I need Yao to run me through an SAQ assessment, specifically speed, agility, quickness, specifically, so I can understand where I'm at. And at the same time, also understand real time the frameworks that Yao is applying in taking someone who's ready for SAQ, because not everybody's ready for speed, agility, quickness. Not everybody's ready for speed.
That's like the final step, right?
Well, the final step, as Bruce Lee says, is mastering complete and total self-expression.
Okay.
Right. But as far as exercise programming goes, SAQ allows you to express yourself at a whole different level.
Right.
And that could be self-expression through swimming, dancing, basketball, baseball, soccer, cricket, anything, martial arts.
Right.
Right. So SAQ for me is like such an interesting blend of science. And obviously, for the viewers out there, I'm going to end it here because I'm going on a rant. There's a difference between understanding it from a textbook variation, but understanding it from your advantage, which is D1 athlete, injured, I'm going so many ways. I'm going to end it here to summarize, I'm
Yeah.
excited. I gave you a little bit of summary of where my training history was and why I'm so excited to get back to the SAQ segment, finally. Went through rehab, and now I'm looking forward to go through an SAQ assessment. So for you, I want to ask you, what can I expect in that SAQ assessment?
Yeah. So, for most of the audience out here, again, there's going to be some coaches. A lot of these technical terms, don't get lost in it. We're really just talking about exercise, right? So when he's throwing out MET and SAQ and CSCS, and so all of these things are different modalities, different methods, and different tools that are used to make him optimize his exercise pillar. So that express him in freedom, right? You want to make sure that you can express yourself in every certain way. And through SAQ is one way of how you do it. So taking yourself through an aspect of doing something fast and doing something agile, right? Or doing something quick. That's what SAQ means, right? So MET is our method here at PVC that we use,
PVC.
which is
Sorry, I got to cut you off. PVC.
PVS.
Okay.
Yeah. So MET is our method that we use here, which is going to be movement efficiency template, right? And within that template, like any exercise program, that's where SAQ comes in. So the assessment is we're going to see how fast he can move his body through acceleration. We're going to see how agile he can be through lateral movement, transverse movement, meaning doing through rotation, like a boxer needs to do rotation, or a swimmer needs to do rotation, or a climber needs to do rotation, right? So we're going to assess him with that. And of course, lastly is going to be our quickness model. How well can he change directions? It's really important. If you just go fast, but you can't change direction, that's going to heighten your propensity for injury. So I need to assess him first to see what that is. And that's our bespoke assessment protocol that we've been alluding to. Check out in season 1. If you guys are kind of lost in the translation of what we're talking about, it will all be explained if you go through those videos diligently, especially the exercise pillar videos. So that's basically what the assessment protocol will be. And once we assess him, and then we'll see exactly where he is, and we'll put him into a program. And that program is going to optimize his ability to be a complete athlete. And that's where he can have that full expression, like he said, of freedom. So that's what SAQ is.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a question for Dre. Do you have something to say before I ask you a question? So because running off what Yao said, he basically said that's what it takes to be a complete athlete. Mm-hmm. So because I love how you answer things, what's your definition of a complete athlete? Or how, especially out there in the social media space, how can you tell the difference if two people are saying they're complete athletes? Who's telling the truth? Who still has more to learn? Not necessarily lying, but who still has more to learn?
I'll just listen to the words that come out of their mouth. That'll tell me everything, right? If they're open or closed, right? So if they're not open-minded, they're saying like, oh, well, I don't need to do body weight because I do this. That'll let me know everything right there. Wow. To sum that up. I could go deeper, but I think that pretty much.
Yeah, I love what he's. Yeah, I love what he's saying. Is like you can tell by what they're saying if they understand, right? And I also say you can also tell by their aesthetics too. So you can. We're going to talk about. Let's talk about it, right? He's talking about understanding. You need that understanding, right? And then we look how he looks, right? We have to understand is you shape your body like that, so you're expressing exactly what you're doing. Right? What you eat in private is what you wear in public. Also, what you lift and exercise in private is what you show to the world. So you can't say that you're a complete athlete if you don't have aesthetics. You can't say that you're a complete athlete if you don't understand and have the mindset, the cognitive wherewithal, like Dre said, the understanding of you don't know body weight, right? You don't know calisthenics. So all forms of exercise. And then obviously show the discipline, right? Yeah. What do you do?
It's such a complex thing. So that's why we could keep on going on and on each episode and stuff like that. But I would say definitely that I want to talk about what you said about the bodybuilding, why time under tension versus.
I was thinking when I was talking to the audience, I was like, I was letting them know, or just talking to you guys, that right now I'm in a phase of fast twitch, but there's also a purpose around slow twitch.
Okay.
And so I wanted you to go into, you've studied the bodybuilding game.
So fast twitch, for all people out there, fast twitch, we're talking about muscle fibers.
Yes.
All right, muscles that have the ability to go fast, hard, build, right? So we think bodybuilders, they have fast twitch. Sprinters, they have fast twitch. Gymnasts, they have fast twitch. Slow twitch is more endurance muscles, right? Long distance runners, those are slow twitch. Long distance swimmers, those are slow twitch, right? Mountain climbers, right? Climbing and holding camera for tension for a long time. Those are also slow twitch. So for all of our audience out there, to have the distinction of what is fast twitch and what is slow twitch muscle fibers.
So for the bodybuilding audience, if you want to go into that, or run it for whatever audience, I wanted your perspective on
the purpose, right? The purpose of why that was fire. Like, that was perfect. So when people see someone doing something, or let's just say judge, right? Say, oh, why he's not going full range of motion? Why is this? But actually, let's look at the evolution of it, right? So I'm gonna just try to make a quick little summary of it. So back then, it was about it was about being more of a complete athlete. So if you look back then, guys actually ran miles. Like, bodybuilders ran miles. They rode a bicycle outside and did miles, right? They walked on the beach, right, for a couple miles, right? They were big believers in flexibility and all these things of being a complete athlete, right? But look at their body type. What was it? Right? Their body was aesthetic, like a complete. If you see them, they wasn't bulky, big, walking here, right? Sculpture, right? Right. So now, as the time go on, you see the newer bodybuilders. That's true time on attention. Back then, they did full range, full lockout, right? But look at their mindset. What their mind was. Well, I don't want to be that big, right? This is what the judges are going for. This is what I want. This is what everybody wanted in the 40s to 80s, right? To the 80s, right? That physique,
definitely through the 70s,
right? So still have that performance look as well. Nowadays, they're not going for that. There's no purpose to go full lockout. There's no purpose. Save that for football players or something more sports related, right? Performance related, explode, because you're working on being explosive, right? So if you look at the newer bodybuilders now, they're doing time on attention, which actually work. But look at their body type. Look how huge they are. There's a reason why, right? So to sum it up, back then, if you look at the body types, they were based on performance, looks, still, that bodybuilder, but still have that performance in mind. And the newer bodybuilders is all time on attention. They're just all mass monsters, aesthetics. They're trying to be the biggest as possible, and that's what it is. So that's the reason why they're doing 3/4 reps. You would say time on attention, so they could build that physique to give that hard, massive look, right? To put the muscle under the most stress as possible, to break it down, to rip the tissue, and recover instantly.
Yeah, I mean, Dre's going in, like I said, this is very detailed. Again, if you're not really deep into actual programming of building your body, you're like, just exercise, right? There's certain types. So I love what they say, body types, right? You have to figure out what your natural inclination body type is. Are you an ectomorph? Slim? Are you a mesomorph? Naturally muscular? Are you an endomorph? Well, he's now turning into a mesomorph. But endomorph is a little bit more to love, but he's changed his body. And through epigenetics, we also understand that we apply above genetics, meaning you replicate your genes all the time, right? In 7 years, you're going to have a whole new body. I'm talking about skin cells of your eyelids all the way down to your toenails, to your lining of your gut is going to be a new person, right? So that means that you're in charge of rebuilding your body through exercise. So you have to understand wherever you are in the world, if you're not getting as detailed as this is for someone that's a high performer, right? You might just want to walk better. You might just want to move better, right? Everyone is where they are. But when we're talking about this conversation of exercise, he's getting really, really deep. And I love that because it's detailed. If you want to look like him, right? And you want to get to that mesomorphic body, you're going to have that actual precise programming, right? Precise nutrition, precise recovery, like our last pillar talk that we were talking about recovering. So a question I want to kind of throw out to the audience here, into our community, where are you? I want you to comment to us and let us know, where are you in your journey of exercise? Are you doing this for fun? Are you doing this to be a high performer? Are you doing this to be an endurance athlete? I like when you put in the different muscle fibers. Do you even care about any of this stuff? Do you want to program? Is there somewhere you can kind of have an actual questionnaire or some type of question that you can ask us? Visit our website at peakvitalitysolutions.com in the link below, and then we can give you a questionnaire so you can see exactly where you are to join your journey, right? So as we're getting to the exercise pillar, fellas, like, I love this. I love that you're going through the history of bodybuilding, right? And I love that you're going into your aspect of actual what you're doing right now, right? What is your favorite type of exercise? I would say for you guys.
That's the easy one, and that's one where like you got to trust your instinct.
Okay.
You know, we here at PVS basically help assess your awareness on exercise. But for me, as when I mentioned instinct, you know, your instinct as far as what makes your body feel the best will develop over time. And so at the end of the day, you have to really kind of look inside for what makes you feel best. And it has to be a combination of science and also natural, real world day-to-day experience. All right. But for me, it's going to be, you know, definitely I need an element of conditioning. Okay, conditioning, cardiovascular conditioning, muscular conditioning, fascial conditioning, movement conditioning at a very high level. For me, that's going to be track and field. More specifically, more recently, I met Yao and I was like, all right, perfect. It's time to develop myself, my athletic ability. And if you see my picture when I got super lean, when he took my shots in 2017, I think, or 2018. Yeah, in that caption, I was shredded. I was like, okay, now it's my time to develop my athleticism. Like I know in my mind, because I have that experience or self-awareness maybe, I know, okay, this is going to take 3 years because of the hole I'm coming out of.
Right.
So my favorite type of exercise is being able to express power-based training, not powerlifting, even though that's an element of power. It's like multi-dimensional power. So from a movement perspective, that could be, you could break it down. You can maybe help me elaborate, but you know, obviously you've trained me, you've coached me, both of you guys have coached me. So help elaborate or help me explain.
So with powerlifting, it's one motion, right? That's all you need to have, that one motion. What he means about power is he's saying all directions, right? From each angle, right? From a kneeling position to a drop position off a box to jumping is just in multi-planes, right? So I would say that.
Yeah. I mean, they're hitting on the head of me. I can just sit back and I don't have to do anything. You guys, I love it.
I have a question for you. Keep going, though.
Yeah, but I mean, so when he's talking about being able to express himself through power, everyone has power, right? But you have to actually feel where power comes from, right? So studying his feet, all the way from his foot to his calf to his hamstring. He, as a boxer, you get power not from your shoulder, right? You get power from the ground, you get from the feet, right? As a sprinter, you get power from your feet. As a gymnast, power of your feet. You look at these athletes, they got strong feet. If you can jump, run, produce power, it's about your feet. So you have to have your feet move in 3 planes of motion, like you said. Sagittal plane forward, lateral plane moving side to side, and then transverse, which no one moves in. But our bodies are rotators. Our shoulders are rotators. Our hips are rotators. Our ankles are rotators. So if you can't express power in all 3 planes of motion, multiplanar motion, multidimensional athlete, then you really can't express power. So that's what he's trying to say, is that he needs to be a high performer that can express power in any situation, whether it's swimming, whether it's climbing, whether it's running, whether it's boxing, whether it's jumping, whether it's skipping, whether it's bounding, it doesn't matter. And that's what we build here at SAQ through our bespoke assessment protocol. And with Dre, what I wanted to get in with is that when we get into our MET very soon, with this lovely background, you can probably only see like the black background, but we have a great place here in Queens. And what we're going to establish is boxing training, right? So when you said conditioning, I mean, he's an excellent expert. The difference is expert, someone that's not just holding mitts, right? He's an expert of movement. When it comes to combat sports, that's what we're trying to get into. So how much does boxing training or combat training play into a supplement for your powerlifting or a supplement for your bodybuilding?
That's interesting. So that's some more history, I guess. So I see, it's funny because it's good I'm getting this out. So it's great as an off-season thing. It's not great if you're in competition mode. If you're in competition mode for powerlifting, you do powerlifting. That's what you should be trying to master, right? From the toes to the hands to your grip to your foot position, literally everything, right? Bodybuilding, same thing. You should be focusing on, because it's going to set back your recovery, right? So instead of trying to supplement if you're at a professional level, if you're trying to win something, if you want to be at athlete, exactly, if you're in competition, then I would say stay away from it, because you want to avoid injuries as much as possible. Because you could get a little tweak or something if you took time off boxing, you're just going in there, you feeling it, you might feel great and then tweak something, you know what I'm saying? So it happened to all of us. So I would say that. I would say if you want to be a complete athlete, then yes, it's so when you said that what's your favorite? So my favorite thing is being a complete athlete is to do the boxing, the endurance running, the sprinting, the jump rope, the bodybuilding, the powerlifting, the body weight training, the basically MET. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it. That's my favorite thing about training is all of it. You know, RHM as well. You know what I'm saying? I hate it, but I know I need it. So it becomes mobility. Yeah. Yeah. I love it because it makes me feel great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so to round it up, so we can get into the next question. My favorite group of exercises, or type of exercise, or method of exercise, is basically enjoying the process of MET. Right? I'm a process guy.
Me too.
I don't like going into the gym and working out. I mean, let me just let you guys know right now. I know you've seen pictures. You could probably see the chest come through the sweater, right? I love the process of getting to a goal, getting to a completion of a goal, and getting to the next one and the next one and the next one. I don't like working out, right? I don't want to just go into the gym and start doing arms. I need to have a program. So for me, a program that's going to take me through MET, movement efficiency template, blah, blah, blah. We know the rest. Check us out. Website will tell you what's coming soon with that.
So working out is for general population. Remember, this is, you know, when we that's what I'm saying. We're high performers. Like, we're not going in the gym just to work out. We're going in the gym for a purpose.
Yeah, for sure. Again, we don't want to scare you guys away, right? Going into the gym is great, right? Going for a walk is great. All exercise is great. But for me, if I want to stay at a high level, again, I told you I'm 65. I'm already 41. But if I want to stay at a high level, I got to make sure my tendon strength is good. I got to make sure my ligaments are good. I got to make sure my core, my lower back is good. I have S-curve scoliosis, so I got to make sure I go through that process and do not skip a step, or else you'll see it in your body. You'll see it in your performance. Nick, you said you had a question.
Just off camera. How much time we got?
We got about 5 minutes.
So, all right. Thank you for handing that off. Basically, at this stage, I want to kind of use our expert lens.
Okay.
Maybe we can keep this in the video or not, but I want to use our expert lens, especially yours, because you've been in the game longer at a high level. So what is out there right now relevant to the exercise pillar? All right. Earlier, as you guys were talking, and like there were some gaps I was thinking about, you know, for example, is skipping leg day still a thing? but I wanted to get your expert lens on what's out there right now relevant to the exercise pillar that would be, would help inform the audience or provide a strong tool for the audience to counter whether misinformation or information that really isn't compatible. Because even in every pillar, but especially in the exercise pillar, there's an element of compatibility when it comes to exercise choice.
Right.
One element of that is compatibility based on body type.
Right.
But we can get back to compatibility based on what's out there. So what's out there right now? I kind of have my blinders on, it's kind of like Wayne, like how Wayne is like, I don't listen to anything.
Right.
I haven't been kind of absorbing things in the same way. Maybe the algorithm.
All right, so I do have my ear to the ground, so I do see what's out there in the industry. I definitely have to understand where people are coming from and what they're seeing. And mostly what they're seeing is workouts that are not appropriate. So we say compatibility, automatically a programming mind, I look at appropriateness. What is appropriate for this person to get to your goal, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff out there on Instagram where we're doing a lot of plyometrics, box jumps, a lot of different lifting weights while doing power exercises, stability exercises when people aren't that stable, right? So those things we have to understand, and what we can do as an expert, our expertise in education is making sure a program is compatible or is appropriate for you. So when you see people jumping on top of boxes, actually do some research or get a coach that is well educated in research of how to jump on a box. What does that mean? Do you have to understand how to fall before you can jump, right? When you see people lifting this enormous amount of weight, what do you have to do to get your tendons and your muscles ready to prepare yourself to lift that weight? When you're seeing these people doing these crazy backflips and front flips and plyos, you look at the background of this person. Is this person already equipped with the genetic makeup to do anything, right? And do you fit into that category? So you have to know thyself. Know first what you want. Then know that you have to have the education to have the substrates for success to get there. So I always say, go with a coach, right? Whether you're a coach through concepts, someone to help you along the way, to make you understand that this is what you say your goal is, this is how you're going to get there, and these are the type of tools and disciplines that you need to do to get there.
Or if you can't afford a coach, real quick. Dre, keep your answer in mind, though.
If you can't afford a coach, I said the easiest way to do is go on our website, pfidelitysolutions.com, check out our complimentary awareness assessment questionnaire, and you'll be able to see where you are in your mindset for training, where you are in your sleep for training, where you are in your nutrition for training, where you're on your recovery for training, and obviously where you're in your exercise. And from that, that'll give you an actual display, a mirror of where you want to go in your journey of exercise.
That's great. Dre, same question to you.
Say it again.
The question being, what's out there? We're on the exercise pillar right now. What's out there using your expert lens? What's out there right now that may be misguiding people or may be incompatible for what people want?
I would say I would go with optics. I'm gonna just say optics. Okay, we could go optics. Someone saying, "Oh, look at this person. Oh, I want to get like that or get like this. How did this person get like this or get like that?" And you say, "Okay, well, from what my eye sees is that this person is probably taking something. Let's just be real about it. It's a fact, right? It's facts, all right? Maybe taking enhancements, and that's facts, all right? So you get, we're not knocking the hustle. We're not knocking the hustle, but stop saying that you're natty when you know you're not natty, okay? Right? When you're not natural, stop saying it, okay? But, I mean, these people believe it, right? Number two is doing something, but they also too is taking their recovery serious. They're eating right. They're drinking a gallon of water. They're doing everything right. So, I mean, are you willing? Let's take out the drug part. Are you willing to eat right? Are you willing to hydrate? Are you willing to sleep, recover? 5 pillars. Are you ready to do all of those things?
It's interesting you say that.
Right? Are you ready to do all of those things?
It makes me think of like the iceberg meme where you just the optics is like
tip of the iceberg.
Right?
You don't see all the hard work underneath the surface
Basically.
of that water.
That's actually a great one. So what you see on Instagram, and that applies for everything beyond exercise, is just that tip of the iceberg. You don't see everything else beyond the deep oceans.
I didn't want to see the final results. That's what people want to see. They want to see
process we trust.
That's it.
The process we trust.
Process we trust. That's it.
For me, answering that question, can I answer my own question?
Yeah, of course. That's how we do it.
Damn, I didn't even think about an answer. Real quick.
What's out there that's misleading, right?
What's out there that's misleading?
What's misleading, yeah.
It's a combination of what everybody said. It's really that not everybody's being represented. Okay? Not everybody's being represented. What about the people who don't have the good genetics or don't have the history of doing gymnastics as a kid and getting put into middle school, elementary school sports, middle school sports, high school sports, college sports? What about the people who have to start from scratch? Like where's that at? You know, like it's way harder. Personally,
as an adult, to try and start from scratch if you haven't had that background.
I mean, in general, starting from scratch is no seeds. Like it's hard.
Right.
You got to have vision. So I think that's what's being misrepresented.
And I would say it's funny that you say that. It's hard because now that person that has to start from scratch, from that level of age or wherever you're at, you're comparing yourself to everything that's bull crap on social media. So you're comparing yourself to these things, right? And then you find out so I'll give you a story, right? It's funny. I remember I'm like, hold on, man. I'm like, how these guys' triceps is always like, you could see it, right? I'm like, I have no idea that these guys was actually flexing in the picture. Just taking a normal picture, but they were flexing. In my head, I'm thinking I'm like, how is these guys this entire time Took me years to realize that.
You were training to try to get your tricep to be.
And all these guys are doing is, okay, let's tag a picture. All right. They're just flexing. They just start, they know how to do it.
Right. Man, posing. It goes back to optics. Goes back to what you said. It's all about optics.
So what's your one word? Optics, underrepresentation, or misrepresentation, and
Appropriateness.
yours is appropriateness.
Yeah.
Optics, appropriateness, and misrepresentation.
Yeah. I mean, listen, guys. I love this conversation. Make sure you join in the weeks to come where we tackle through mindset, through sleep, through nutrition, through recovery, through exercise, and we go through this through season 1 and season 2. Hope you enjoyed our conversation.
Give them a call to action. Give them a call to action.
A call to action always.
Give them a call to action. Exercise pill.
Our call to action always is to self-sovereignty. Make sure that you hear the calling to be better than you were yesterday. And the way to do that is to make sure you're plugged in and in tune to our community, right? Our community is your community. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. We're here to serve the community, right?
Yes.
Take the leap, take the jump, making that first step. That's what it's about. Visit us at our website, Athletic Artillery, Prolific Creators, The Terminator. My name is Yao Ewusu Jr. Of course, guys, let's get into it.